Good morning. These are your BYU-Idaho radio morning headlines for May 19th, 2025. Thanks for listening. I'm Jill Clary. The search for the remains of a 47-year-old Challis man has been suspended due to safety concerns for the first responders. 70-year-old Alan Bruce is charged with first-degree murder of Patrick Shelton, as well as several other felony charges of destruction of evidence, failure to notify of a death, unlawful possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and an enhancement for being a persistent violator. According to EastIdahoNews.com, court documents say Bruce admitted to shooting Shelton, dismembering his body, burning the remains in a barrel, and dumping the barrel into the Salmon River near Deer Gulch in Lemhi County. The Custer County Sheriff's Office has been searching for Shelton's remains, but suspended its efforts due to rising waters. There is no timeline for when they will be able to resume the search, but once the water levels decrease, the search will start up again. Bruce is expected to appear for a preliminary hearing on May 27th. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. The Museum of Idaho will open its next world-class traveling exhibition, Mummies of the World, on May 31st. The exhibit will feature one of the largest collections of real mummies and related artifacts ever assembled. Mummies of the World presents a one-of-a-kind display of naturally and intentionally preserved human and animal mummies. Presented with reverence and dignity, the exhibition includes ancient mummies from South America, Europe, Egypt, and the U.S., some dating back thousands of years and others surprisingly recent. The Mummies of the World exhibit tells these stories through state-of-the-art multimedia, hands-on interactive stations, and cutting-edge 3D animation, taking guests on a 4,500-year journey to explore the history and origins of these mummies, as well as the natural and intentional processes that created them. CT scans reveal evidence of various ailments and illnesses present before death. The exhibition will be hosted in the museum's traveling exhibit hall, including the Petty Gallery. The museum's flagship Idaho exhibit, Way Out West, and the limited-time local exhibit Signs of the Times will remain open throughout the exhibition's run. House Bill 109 aims to promote healthier food choices by removing soft drinks and candy from the list of items eligible for purchase through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, commonly referred to as food stamps. Following direction from Idaho Governor Brad Little, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare submitted a formal request to the U.S. Department of Agriculture on Friday, seeking approval to implement House Bill 109, signed by Governor Brad Little in April. Idaho is among just a few states to move quickly on submitting the waiver, a step that is required to implement the new law. Self-Reliance Division Administrator John Bernasconi said, quote, "Idaho supports the health and well-being of families who rely on SNAP. By aligning SNAP benefits with basic nutrition standards, we hope to reduce preventable chronic health conditions and encourage healthier habits across the state," unquote. Once finalized, Idaho's waiver request will ask the USDA to approve specific modifications to SNAP's allowable food categories. If approved, SNAP benefits would no longer cover the purchase of soda, energy drinks, or candy. These changes reflect the growing public health concerns over the role of added sugars and processed foods in contributing to conditions such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. These have been your BYU-Idaho radio morning headlines for May 19th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. Have a great day. This is BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm Jill Clary.